My one problem now is that we are down, not necessarily on power, but maybe aerodynamic ability. I'm throwing everything at this podium. Still 6 seconds down the road. Oh, I've got to be on the limit here if I've got any chance of a podium. Welcome everyone, my name is Louis. This is the final round of my FANATEC GT World Challenge Championship. The final round of the FANATEC GT World Challenge Championship. I've been working towards this for the past 3 months. By the way, thank you everyone for all your comments, input. While I build up this channel, thank you everyone who subscribed over the past 6-7 months. Legends! I can't believe I said that. While we watch this idiot on track, let's just remind ourselves how we got here. So, started off with the Clio Cup. That's very much the gateway into sports car racing. Then we did the classic car stuff in the Future Classic series. Porsche Carrera Cup up next with a twist, using a 20-year-old legend, and I tried to beat current gen Porsche 992s in that. Then we went to the Alpine A110 GT4 that I made and tuned and tried to compete with the in-game model GT4s, which had mixed results. And now finally here we are. This is personally where I would like to get to in real life. GT3 racing. It's been an epic journey, and I did it with nothing but the money I earned from competing in races, and the prize money went towards purchasing the cars and then tuning them to compete in these championships. But I need to add that the Clio at the very start was had to be loaned. I mean, you can't earn money from not racing a car, so I had to improvise there. Anyway, what are we doing? The Nordschleife. Where else to end this championship? So we're at the Nordschleife 24-hour circuit, as you will have seen as we've gone through the Grand Prix circuit already. So this is the 24-hour variant. We've got things like the 30 times. I've increased the variable time speed to 30 times because we're going to do a 50-minute race, and that will produce, as you know, a 24-hour replicated race. So we have an 84-point lead over second place in the championship. Team WRT, Mad Bad Racing, that's us, 206 points going into this final race. Team WRT on 122. Now there's double points for the last race. I know, how convenient. So we have an 84 point lead over second place. Team WRT started 4th in this race. It's a bit confusing because you can see there in second place, Team WRT. That's not the championship. That's not second place championship rivals. That's the sister team. I should have made that clearer at the start. We've got waved yellows. CrowdStrike AMG Mercedes is off. It's an easy move up into 14th. So, as I was saying, a win for Team WRT would give them 100 points. It's 50 points normally, but with that double points, 100 points on offer for them, which would put them on 222. So I effectively need over 16 points, which is 8th. So 8th will give you 8 points, double points 16. So really I need 7th, don't I? Yeah, so 7th or better to clinch the championship. So that's the main goal for this race. So the conditions of the race, we're on 6 times the tyre wear. Are we on 6 times the tyre? That's bad, I don't know, do I? No, I take it back. I'm sorry, I make mistakes from time to time. We're not on tyre wear, we're on damage today. So I took the tyre wear element out of the equation because I didn't want the AI screwing around and pitting unnecessarily on tires. I want a pure, fair race. See how many positions I can climb in what is now 45 minutes left of the race. Weather I've also taken rain out of the equation because I just cannot trust that pesky AI to start messing it up because what will happen effectively is if it starts raining, they're gonna duck into the pits, start putting on silly tires, and then if the rain disappears, they stay out on intermediates. So it all just gets a bit messy. So with the lap's too long for the AI to make decisions like this. I cannot let them make decisions. They're just not good enough. So we're taking weather out of the equation. So how's the race shaping up? Look at that. In the rear view mirror, we've got side-by-side racing through the carousel. That's pretty good. It's still side-by-side by the look of it. Let's get some more of that action. So how's the race shaping up? We are in 12th. Like I said, we need 7th or better. Clinch the championship. It's very much single file through a lot of these sections, which is not ideal. I mean, the concentration of the Nordschleife is on another level, and it just gets even harder later on into the race when that light starts to fade and you go into darkness. That is a true test on this game. It really is of your just of your track knowledge. If you want to test your abilities on tracks, put it to dark, and let's just it really highlights your track knowledge. Up into P11, we can see that it's also worth noting as well that the absolute flying through that section up into, he's still hanging around the outside. Go on, look at that, duck back in. See, they just covered me off, and I've tagged the rear of the V12 Vantage there, which is giving me some damage the first time in this race, and it's considerable damage, as we're about to find out on this straight. Even though we're in the toe here, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it's just the F-type or if it's now the damage that we've got, but I have a considerable speed disadvantage now. As we've just pulled out of that slipstream, you can see the M6 Endurance pulling away, which is not ideal. So whether we come in for, I don't know, do we come in for how much time are you going to lose? I don't think it's worth it. So I chose to carry on. Chose to keep pushing on and just hoping for not more damage in this race, because I mean, you could pit, get that fixed, and then damage it straight away again, so you'd be all for nothing. So I decided to just push on, and there goes the voice. Decided to push on. So I had really lost my way to RAL racing there. We've just overtaken them for 9th place. I'd really dropped back, possibly 7-8 seconds, and that's due to the rubber banding. We've got catch up set to week, because I know a lot of you, a lot of the community say that's the like a true test of speed. I've come to the realization that I don't personally like it, because it's just the AI end up setting. Oh dear, Lou. We've just got our first penalty for hitting the barriers. I've maxed out everything. We've got flags on, we've got corner cutting on, We've got penalties for for going off track and hitting barriers. I've thrown everything at this final round. Yeah, so as I was saying, I've just really lost the rhythm here. You can just see that you've gone off track, dirtied the tyres, really lose the rhythm, especially on the Nordschleife. It's just the corners come at you so thick and fast that if you lose that rhythm, it's just a knock-on effect. But anyway, yeah. So I've set the catch up to weak, and I don't personally like it. It's not. You've got this, like I say, the rubber banding effect, and the AI are setting unmatchable times, and then they slow right up. It's just, I don't know, bit icky. Marvin Klein has fell back into the clutches of Mad Lou Dog, which will be for 8th place, which will, if things were to stay at this point, I would have done enough, considering if Team WRT were to win this race, which they're not currently doing. If things were to stay as they are now, I would tie. I think I would lose out because Team WRT would end up taking the win. So I still want to aim for 7th or better. Again, now we can see 7th and 6th. Team WRT, that is the 2nd place Team WRT up ahead in 6th place. It's looking like, I'm afraid to say, it's not going to be an epic championship final that I hoped for, and I cannot, that's one of the things I cannot fabricate, I'm afraid. It's one of the things I just can't make up. I have to just run the race, and what it will be. But we can see how much time we're losing out on this straight, as we've got Sky Tempesta and the AF course. AF course in 3rd in the championship, I need to remind you, have chosen to pit, and that can only be for damage. So I've still messed it up. I just can't count on them. They just want to pit all the time. Any little bit of damage, any slight thing wrong, any scratch, they got to pit. They just can't. They need to have their cars in tip-top condition to be able to lap these tracks. Oh, I've got a messy turn 1 as well. Everyone's just bunched up now. It's like the guys ahead choosing to pit has really brought everyone together, as we've just overtaken Team WRT. That is 2nd place in the championship, Team WRT. So as things stand, if I finish in these positions, this is a championship winning drive right here. But it's not over yet, because the light has begun to fade. Those headlights are on. We're about to enter the Nordschleife in pure darkness. So we've just under 10 minutes in this race left to go. I've just gone purple, pushing about just as hard as I can through the night here to grab a podium place in this race, and just have a look at the save here. I'm pretty proud of this one. I think that's a full sideways action through there. I was pretty, you can tell from my face, I was pretty happy that I was able to keep the momentum going and hunt Team Manfielder down for 3rd place in this race. We've made it through the night, but our problems are still there, because Team Manfielder are 10 seconds down the road. They keep rubber banding each other and setting laps that I can't compete with. Until they all bunch up, I can't catch them, and we're running out of time. The checkered flag is out, and I am pushing like crazy. The concentration is at maximum power. I'm at maximum power. I'm at maximum capacity and mental state, pushing as hard as I can and pushing the limits of the Nordschleife and just chucking it into the carousel. I'm throwing everything at this podium now. So we've got, this is the final lap, effectively. The checkered flag is out. Still 6 seconds down the road is Team Manfielder, but the gap has been brought down from 10. So I know that, look at that now. See, I've gone wide. Hopefully that's not going to incur a penalty, which it doesn't. That saved me there, because a penalty would really have scuppered my chances of that podium position, I think. able to keep the momentum flowing, keep the pedal floored where I can, and I can now see Team Manfilter in our sights. My one problem now is that we are down, not necessarily on power, but maybe aerodynamic ability down the straight. So I need to not only catch up to him, but gap him before that straight, because he's just gonna come right back at me, and I'm gonna be a sitting duck. But let's concentrate on catching up to him first and get that part done. 2.4 seconds the gap to come down from 10, like I said just a few minutes ago. That's the effect of the rubber banding. And he's really slackened off the pace now, which is good because we've got time. We need to make this move quick. We need to make it clean. No penalties, because we can hit cars and incur penalties. We don't want that. We don't want any time loss. We need to now gap him for this third place in the race, which I'd be quite happy with. Championship win and a third place. I'd take that. Oh, gone ever so slightly wide. Get a good run out onto the back straight. Well, not back straight, but you know what I mean. So I'm constantly looking in the mirror as I'm weaving, trying. They don't know how to do towing and slipstream anyway, but it looks cool. Although he is deciding to duck in a little bit. No, he's just going to outpower me. He's going to clip the back. No, clean move back into third. This has got to be. I've got to be on the limit here if I'm going to be able to clinch this podium position. It could be just too little too late. I am absolutely ragging this F-Type as hard as I can. Trying to get... It's just not enough. I've given it everything. It's just not enough at the end of the day. I'm going to put that down to the setting the... What is it? The catch up to weak, that's it. That fault there. They were helping each other at the end of the race, and it just gave me too much to do. But it's fourth place in the race for the final round, for the final time in GT3 FANATEC GT World Challenge, and that's a championship win for Mad Lou Dog. And might I say, that's the first championship win for Mad Lou Dog. Finally, I've won a championship. I think that was all because I've not had to build a car up from the get-go. We were able to buy a GR3 car and compete at the front of the grid from the get-go. What a championship it's been. I owed it to myself to fully go back through all of the 5 races and correctly tally up all of the points for each team. Just an all-out dominant, class-leading, otherworldly performance by Mad Lou Dog to clinch the title over Team WRT in second, who didn't even score in the final race. Just get out. You're not good enough. You're not in my league. I just want to thank my team, my friends, the fans, the corner shop guy that sold me the Monster Energy drink. Thank you. Hard luck to AF Course. No points scored, even though they started in pole position. They fall back to 6th. And finally, I haven't orchestrated this whatsoever. I can't understand it. I love the Mustang. Anyone who knows me knows I love me some American muscle. That didn't sound right. But we have Proton Motorsport dead last for USA. You deserve better. And finally, it wouldn't be a Mad Lou Dog career mode without one final tally up of the prize winnings. My total prize money for the 5 rounds of the FANATEC GT World Challenge Series came to 836,100 credits. Couple that with the 473,755 already in the prize pot, that gives me 1,309,855 credits, easily enough for my next project with change. That's about it. See ya.